Hello, welcome to TestReadyPro.com. My name is Chris Badwell, founder of TestReadyPro, and I'm actually here to hopefully share 3 secrets to success on becoming a police officer. So I'm hoping that you'll join with me through the number of slides we've prepared for you, and hope you gain some valuable insight. So stick with me here as I navigate throughout the presentation. So again, thanks for coming on. I appreciate you taking your time, and again, I hope that you'll find that my time here with you is quite valuable. What we're doing is we're teaching you what is required to get you hired as a police officer, and that really requires sharing some of the secrets really that overall can help share your success. With that said, there are a number of key points that we'll illustrate and discuss, but it's a difficult and challenging process. And with my experience, I can certainly tell you that if you're not prepared, you are certainly preparing to fail. So why? So people think that you simply have to have a college or university police foundations course to be hired as a police officer. That's not the case. You in fact do not require to have a police foundations diploma, but you do and you are required to have some sort of formal education post-secondary. So again, this is something we get into in greater detail within the course, but having this type of information is extremely valuable in how you help prepare for your hiring process. It's hard to get hired, absolutely. So I can tell you in our experience, almost, maybe 80-90% will fail the first time through this process if they're not prepared. I'm going to share with you, again, over our 15 years of experience getting candidates hired, but I have literally spoken with almost every police service across Canada, primarily in Ontario, and I've shared stories, had discussions, shared insight, certainly received insight from what the recruitment officers are looking for, what their latest trends are, secrets they share with me, and some of the challenges they face. And what I do is try and share what I've learned in our course with you. Again, this is over 15 years experience. The police services are desperate. There's never been a better time in the province to be hired as a police officer, and it's up to you to follow the right steps to get yourself there, take advantage of this time. And that's what we're here to do. So again, the recruiters want to hire. Absolutely. Never a better time. So if you know how to position yourself and the secrets I'm going to share with you, you're making their job easy. And I can share with you a number of stories. In fact, maybe just fire me an email because I've got too many to share. But I can tell you, just don't have your mom fill out the application form. Best part, we've helped thousands. I've said it already, but literally thousands of candidates that not only just passed the test, but have been hired. There's a big difference between preparing for your test and preparing to get hired. We're preparing you to get hired. Remember, if you're unsure or nervous, that is your mind saying, get prepared. Every person in that space, there's probably 1,000 or more trying for your same position. Okay, so here's where we get into a little bit of the secrets, if you want to call it, of success. So we do have something special for you. We have put together some of our best content resources, and we wanted to share this with you in a specific and special package. So I'm going to jump ahead and cover a bit of that for you. So why should I share this? Helping others succeed is the goal of Test Ready Pro and myself. So with that said, in all honesty, we have helped literally thousands. And when I was going through this hiring process myself, in my experience, I didn't have a resource, and I found it extremely challenging, and it's something that is unlike any other hiring process that you will encounter. It's not like your business, typical business interview. It's extremely challenging. It's based on a set of competencies. It's based on what's on your resume. It's based on what's on your background. It's extremely complex. We can help navigate and steer you in the right direction. So, like I said, helping others and sharing our secrets is what we do here. This is just one of the hundreds of letters that we get and emails that just thank us for what we do. So again, if you're a college student, if you're a second career candidate, If you are just in the general public trying to look for a different career path, I can tell you and speak on behalf of the police services indirectly that they are looking for diverse people, and that doesn't mean any specific nationality or anything like that. It just means they're looking for people with experience that reflect the competencies. So again, we're here to help you steer and provide your experiences in a format that's reflective of what they're looking for. A couple more testimonials. Again, I encourage you to go to the website, testreadypro.com. Take a look at our testimonial section. These are real. They're not like the fake ones you'll see on the knockoff websites out there. We speak to our credibility, and again, you can contact me anytime if you've got a question. And that's why I do it. I do it because I work in the services. I do it because it's a tough challenge, and I do it because without help, a lot of otherwise well-qualified candidates don't get hired. And it's a shame. It's a shame to see some of you guys that could have had that job not pass a test by just not knowing what to do. So that's why we're here. So the intro, I'll keep it short and sweet, and that's what I'm going to do. So that's me. I've got 2 kids, boy and a girl. Live in Collingwood, Ontario. You can read that there on the side notes. But more importantly, what you're probably wondering is what the heck is my background? So I was fortunate enough to start out with a business diploma, 3-year marketing, off to a bachelor degree in business marketing, minor in outdoor recreation, minor in information technologies, and Bachelor of Education, and some of which was done in Sydney, Australia, where I actually had the opportunity to teach outdoor survival. I've taught police foundations programs at several colleges here in Ontario. And throughout this process, too long to cover really, but and you probably don't want to hear it, but I started Test Ready Pro while at university. And what I had done is actually gone through the police hiring process, and I'm happy to say that I failed the testing, I passed the testing and failed the interview. And it was to my amazement that someone, and I'm not trying to boast myself here, but when they're so desperate that someone with my background could fail. And so this was a real eye-opener to me. And hence I started working with professionals in the field, many professionals, and we really launched what you see now is testreadypro.com, and we continue to do so actually to this day. So, and I also continue to keep up on what I'm doing for the company and what's going on in the industry. I also sit on some professional advisory committees for colleges, still volunteer firefighter, so I'm really active in the industry still. So in case you just had some questions about me, that's my background. And I still continue to work with a number of recruitment agencies, recruitment officers, for police, fire, forces. I'm out in the road, so you'll probably see me if you're at the recruiting event, and all that sort of stuff. But again, if you've got questions, send me an email. It's just a cool little background tidbit, but yeah, it was started at policetestprep.com over 15 years ago. We migrated to the testreadypro.com platform, where we were able to offer a much better service to our candidates. So unlimited practice tests, a whole pedagogy system that really relates to how you best can prepare for testing. And we were able to basically combine all of the past work that we had done and put it to the probably the best platform out there for delivering career preparation materials. And to this day, we are utilized by leading colleges across the province, integrating everything from full courses to career preparation courses or customized products. So yeah, Test Ready Pro is literally the leader right now in career preparation components for emergency services. Today we're going to cover 3 things. So, number 1, there are 18 competencies that you are evaluated on. Now, that doesn't include fitness testing, which would make it 19. But I'm assuming, hopefully, that you're considering that fitness is already a key component. So listen, the reason why this is on here, this may seem obvious to our most astute candidates. However, I can tell you with my experience, almost 90% or more of the students that when I'm teaching this class have never gone to the ministry website and looked up what the core competencies are, the developmental and essential competencies. So the reason why this is so important, we'll cover it a little bit more within the course itself, but the reason why it's important is that if you don't understand how these competencies are articulated within several different areas and throughout your resume, etc., in interview, unfortunately, you're not going to have any luck with your hiring process. It's just that simple. So, you know what? You wouldn't believe the number of people that call us 2 or 3 days before the test and say, "Hey, I need to get ready for the test." And the biggest question that comes up to mind is, well, what are your math skills like? Because I can guarantee that the majority of candidates out there have not done long division, math in general, with a pencil and paper in years. So this is a type of situation where, yeah, it sounds obvious, but without practice, and if you don't prepare in the right, or give yourself the right amount of time to prepare, this is a disaster area. So math, for sure. So tying it all together. So what does that mean? 18 competencies. You need to understand them. We provide a step-by-step process that helps you navigate with examples, with sample resumes, discussion points on the competencies and what they are and how you can integrate them. You need to know and understand them. The competencies that you are evaluated on must come from three, and I spoke briefly about this, but from 3 different life activities within a specific time period. And this is truly a secret. If you don't know what these 3 different life activities or areas are, or what they come from, and within a specific time period, and you don't put them on your resume and do not articulate them in your interview and on your background check, I can guarantee pretty much you will not be successful. So, do you want a little bit of a review? And here's what they are. So, I'm going to show you 6 of the 18. We've got analytic thinking, self-confidence, communication, flexibility, valuing diversity, self-control, relationship building. So each one of these comes with an explanation as posted. However, this is directly from the ministry website. So what we like to do is actually help you understand how to frame and articulate what each of these competencies are and how you can actually combine these competencies into a response on your resume or in your interview or in your application that helps the recruitment officer understand that you are meeting these required competencies. This is a very much overlooked component of the hiring process for candidates, and it is one of the reasons why most of the resumes go right in the garbage can. Okay, so I already mentioned math, but here, take a look at this. This is taken just recently from the OPP recruitment unit. So if you think that I'm blowing smoke up your, this is posted by the OPP. So when I've been telling you for the last 15 years, you need to work on math, this just reinforces the validity of what I'm trying to tell you. You need to work on this stuff. And I'm telling you, they're so desperate for successful candidates that if you don't do this, you're going to fail. Okay, long division, I already said it, but ask yourself and do it. When was the last time you actually sat down and did a long division question on paper? Our book is full of hundreds of sample questions on paper that you can print out in our PDF course book, which is part of our learning process. Again, you get we'll get into that later. So syllogisms. Do you even know what one is? I doubt it. I absolutely doubt it. Some of you do, but I can probably assure that most of you don't know or even understand what the logic premises are behind these and how much of a pain it is to actually solve them if you do not understand how the process works. So, just tie it all together. After passing the testing requirements, your resume could still be worthless, 100%, okay? So you've heard me talk about the competencies. You've heard me talk about the 3 categories that you need to be able to relate to. You've heard about the resume, background check, and during interviews. So again, to reiterate, what you need to do is understand what those 3 categories are and how to relate the competencies on your resume, background check, and during interviews. If you cannot do this, again, this is a recipe for disaster. And again, we, in our course, walk you through step by step how to do this and make it happen. So, quick tip. Let's just go over a quick combination resume. On our actual course, you'll have actual samples of ones from people that were hired, and that also include tips, etc., that combine the 3 areas and categories that are required within that time frame. So anyways, this you can have a look at. Letterhead, profile, objective, skills. Skills need to relate to those competencies, and it's critical. Your education, so there is certain things that we offer within the course. We offer certificates that you can add to your resume. Resume building is important. I've heard from the police recruitment officers myself. Mental health, leadership are very critical areas that they're focusing in on in terms of competency. So if you can illustrate that within your portfolio, great way to move ahead. Again, we offer those. So related to experience related. So what I've got here is it says related to the role. Really, what I'm trying to say is that your experience, and really that wraps up with skills, education, and all of these items. And that really means that you need to articulate all of your experiences in life to those competencies within a time frame and within 3 categories. So that's what I'm getting at here. Okay, so there's definitely a formula for that. Awards, memberships, of course, absolutely. That should be self-explanatory. Volunteer experience, critical. Okay, activities and interests. And I'm just going to point out something here that I usually don't mention unless I'm doing a lecture or whatever. But I do want to say that, and this is probably your free tip 4 maybe, but the recruitment officers, if you decide to be a police officer today, you're not going to get hired tomorrow, and they want to see a pattern in your past that reflects all of these sort of competencies. If you go enroll with the Red Cross tomorrow, and your application goes in on Friday, you're setting yourself up for disaster. So what I'm saying is long-term patterns of behavior here are critical. Okay, so if this is something you want to do, then make it a lifelong process. I can tell you, if you talk to successful candidates and recruitment officers, they will tell you preparation is critical. I can honestly tell you that most people don't take the time to talk to recruitment officers and get some valuable information. That's another free tip right there. If you want to get hired, go and speak to that recruitment officer. Let me show you how our police preparation program is going to help you and prepare and ensure your success. So I think I've probably covered most of this, but let me walk you through in detail. So the pedagogy, as they call it, is set up in a very structured format that we have called the building blocks to success. And again, this has worked for almost 30,000 plus members, and it's written by a lot of team members and professionals in the field. I should have mentioned I'm actually an Ontario certified teacher as well. I've had some oversight on all of these steps. So what we put together is a fantastic learning process for you to follow. So it's called the building blocks to success. Learn the content, master the test. Then with the practice component, it's unlimited online practice testing, which means that their categories are randomized. You can take the test as many times as you like. There's feedback that provides information on your strengths and weaknesses and where you can improve on. Critical for improving your skill set. And then through the learning component again, you can reflect back and help improve where you need to. Preparation for fitness, application, interviews. So again, critical information on that, honing in the competencies and applying it in that application and interviews. We also have a fitness program that was developed by ex-RCMP and CrossFit expert, and they've been helpful to put together a 4-week program. So again, you have access to that online. And again, this includes the downloadable PDF 280 page book, and that's full access. So, final block, get the edge of your competition. We've got a few extra secrets that are packed into this course, links to recruitment officers, sites, etc. So we've got a whole bunch of items that are also in addition to what we provide. So what is the book? So currently we're at 289 pages. We cover 6 essential modules, core competencies, well over 300 practice questions, and this book has been utilized in police foundations colleges and by the general public for the last 15 years. We're continually updating. In fact, there's a new update coming out very shortly. And of course, the online access to the full course, the PADI inventory, question bank, etc., the practice tests. That value right now is, and I think it's actually low right here, but it's over $350. So I'd like to just move on to some of what else is included here. So the main thing is what you're probably asking is, what are the bonuses? So what are we doing all this for? Well, we've added some bonuses to focus on the biggest failure, as I've got written here. So this is what it's all about for you guys. We put this together really to offer you the best package we're going to offer. It's not available online on the website. You're welcome to go review the website. Some of the content is drawn from our original course, but we've significantly made this different. So what's in bonus 1? Specific math intro review, 30 online practice questions. So we've broken down those questions into a format that is a little bit more easier for you to get your head around, just as an introduction, and then we work on building up your skill set throughout that process. The bonus number 2, so the written communication. So what we've done here, now for many learners with English as a second language, or learners that are just new to getting through sort of the analytical aspects of the written communication test, we've put in 2 levels. So 1 is a basic version, and 2 is a more reflective version of the actual test, again with a full, complete analysis of your response and sample questions. So sorry, not an analysis of your response, but a sample of a response that you can compare your response to, as it's definitely a subjective test. Okay, 35 online practice questions. Yeah, it's a full resource that's probably almost, well, an hour a question, so almost 35 hours there alone. So plenty of content there to review. Bonus 3 is the 10 video simulation tests. So these video simulation tests are reflective of the video simulation tests that the hiring process uses in Ontario and throughout some of the other provinces and states. This test requires you to be able to respond in a specific manner. You're recorded, you're videotaped, and your responses are analyzed by one of their qualified assessment instructors. So this test is a bit tricky. We provide you with the absolute secrets. There's 4 different trends that are reflective in them. We provide you with those secrets to get through that test. That's not a problem. But the 4-week fitness foundation program, again, written by our RCMP instructor. It's a fantastic course. It's based on CrossFit formula, which I follow. 4 weeks is plenty of time if you bust your butt to get through it. We've had great feedback. A lot of officers that are hired or have been hired through our service actually use this program again to help them with the PIN test. So yeah, this is a great bonus item. Yeah, I'm sure most of you are in a fit condition, but it's well worth the bonus mention here. So bonus number 5. So I did mention that you did get some sample resumes, but I'd like to expand on that. So I've also included some PowerPoint presentations that are actually basically only available to college police foundation students. So I've included those. I think there's 3 of them. And I've also included, I believe, 3 resume samples. Again, this is so valuable. Not able to find that just floating around the internet at all. And it's current, up to date, and absolutely relevant and essential to definitely to your success. So what is the cost of failure? Let's think about it. what is the cost of failure? What does that mean to you? What is your cost of failure? So does it mean just the expense that you've spent on testing? The PADI test or the OACP testing is, I think, around $400. So what is that? What does that cost mean to you? I mean, that if you put it into the timeline of time lost. So for example, if you write the test and you're not successful, you can't write that test again for another 6 months. That means you could have missed a window of hiring opportunity. That means you could be out for another year, or you missed it altogether. So really think about what this means. So I really speak to the point of expense, your time lost, and missed opportunity. So the cost of our program is a fraction of what you would spend to rewrite all this testing and go through, and if you calculate all the lost time had you not been successful. So what I say is you want to be the most prepared as possible, and you want to be successful the first time through. Value of the TRP, the full police interview prep course that we're offering. Okay, let's break this down a little bit here. Okay, so just the online course and textbook value right now, $350. The bonus number 1, the math review, $75. Bonus number 2, written communication, $75. Bonus number 3, simulation tests, $75. Bonus number 4, 4-week fitness program, $75. Bonus number 5, the interview preparation value of $250, which gives you a value of $900. And that is still actually, in my opinion, a little bit low from what it should be. But that's a $900 value, and that is absolutely not what I'm going to be offering this to you for. I'm going to preview our interview course video on the core competency of diversity right now. Why am I doing this? I'll tell you why. This is part of our bonus package included within this bundle, not available separately on the internet.
For the competency of diversity, it's clear to understand that you as a police officer will be in situations where you're dealing with people from several different walks of life, different cultures, different backgrounds, different socioeconomics. When a candidate is before an interviewer, they're being assessed on how well they change and adopt and manage their own behaviors. Now, are you able to express positive opinions of someone who's diverse from yourself? You need to ask yourself these questions. Are you so set in your ways that you are inflexible? Having said that, would that make a person a good candidate as a law enforcement officer? Now, if you do have that ability to understand and embrace other cultures, what can you do as a person to make those necessary changes to yourself? And if you think about it, can you modify and or change your own behaviors from someone who may appear different from yourself in a positive way? Can you channel those good ideas or beliefs from someone else and move them forward in a positive way for you as a law enforcement officer?
That was our one of a series of professionally filmed videos that cover a number of the competencies. So we're throwing that in there in this bundle as an exclusive offer. So because we're in the business, like it says here, of helping people, it's no joke. We're going to give you this, and it's a discount code, so you need to be paying attention to this. This is our best value bundle, and we're throwing this in here for $298. So a value of over $900. This is all for $298. The discount code TRP best value. TRP best value. If you go to the website, you'll be able to go to testreadypro.com, click on in the cart, and you'll see this and enter this code. And that will give you this bundle for $298, savings of well over $600. Just to review, you're getting the building blocks to our success program, learn the content, master the test. Practice, take the unlimited practice test. All the tests are unlimited, randomized categories, free to take as many times as you like. Prepare for the fitness, the application interviews. And again, get the advantage over your competition. Guaranteed, there's thousands of people applying for that same position as you. You need to get the edge. Again, that discount code is TRP best value. So, because I want you to succeed, one last tip. this should be actually sold as well. But listen, this is a tip that I'm sure you will find very valuable, and again, very important for the hiring process. Let's jump ahead here. So the last free tip I'm going to give you: keep a fitness log. Does it sound silly? It's not. A lot of the officers that are going through the hiring process or looking at your candidacy for hiring, they want to see that there is a proven track record, that you are and have been dedicated to being in best shape you can possibly be. So this last 6 months before applying, keep a fitness log. Every day that you run, write it down, track your progress. The Fitbits and all the other watches out there, the Garmin's and stuff that track this stuff, record it. Take pictures, put it in your portfolio. Prove that you are what you say you are. Do it. I encourage you to take advantage of this best value promotion. It's the first time we've done this. We've never offered this kind of value before. Again, if you have questions, visit the website, contact us. Our team would be happy to help. And again, that code is TRP, best value, bottom right hand of the screen. Thanks very much for your time. And again, any questions, we're here to help, and we want you to get hired.